This is the bracelet that we're going to make. And this is the bracelet in another color scheme. And another. And another. So, let's talk about the materials we're going to need. For this bracelet, you're going to need 2 colors of Super Duos, 11/0 Toho seed beads, as well as 2 6 or 8 seed beads to connect the clasp with jump rings. So, let's get started. I'm using a size 10 beading needle with about 2 meters of 6-pound fire line. And I'm going to start with a Super Duo of the first color, 2 11/0s, a 6 or 8 seed bead, and 2 more 11/0 seed beads. I'll string that on. And I'll go back up through all of these seed beads to form a loop. And here's where I can tie a knot. Then I want to go back up through with my knot in this corner. I want to go back up through the Super Duo and the next seed bead. Next, I'm going to put on 7 Super Duos with 11/0 seed beads in between. I'm going to start and end with the second color, or the outside color, and alternate with the inside color, which I started with here. Once I have that on my needle, I always check both holes are open on these Super Duos as I put them on the needle, so that's always a good thing to check. So once that's on the needle, with my thread coming up out of this seed bead, I want to go through the seed bead on this side and through the Super Duo. And that forms a loop. I'm going to go through the other hole of that Super Duo I started with. I'll add a seed bead, go through the next inner color, add a seed bead, and go through the tip of the next inner color Super Duo, folding it into the center as I go. Add a seed bead, fold in the next inner color Super Duo, add a seed bead, and back through the first one. Turn this around. I'm going to continue through the next 4 beads. Seed bead, Super Duo, seed bead, Super Duo. Now, I want to go through the other hole of the Super Duo I'm coming out of, plus the next seed bead. Let's see. We've made a component and now we make a link. And we make the link with 2 11-Os, a first color or inner color super duo, and 2 more 11-O seed beads. And we want to go down through this seed bead, super duo, and seed bead. We'll continue through the next 4 beads, 2 seed beads in the super duo, that's 3, and the 4th seed bead. After the link, we make another component, and we put 7 super duos on with seed beads in between, starting and ending with the outside color, alternating the inside color. So we have 4 of the outside color and 3 of the inside color. And we'll go up through the seed bead before the super duo and the super duo. And that forms a loop. Go down through that super duo I'm coming out of, add a seed bead, and go through the tip of the next inner color super duo, add a seed bead, fold in the next super duo, add a seed bead, fold in the next inner color super duo. Add a seed bead and through the next super duo, which is where we started. We'll continue through the next 4 beads. Seed bead, super duo, seed bead, super duo. Next, we'll go through the other hole of the super duo and the next seed bead. Just made a component, and so now we'll make a link. Adding 2 11-Os, a super duo of the inner color, and 2 more 11-Os. And we'll go down through the seed bead, super duo, seed bead. Continue through the next 4 beads, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull that tight. Ready to make our next component. We have 7 super duos with seed beads in between, starting and ending with the outside color alternating the inside color. Checking both holes as it goes on the needle. And we want to go through the seed bead before the super duo and the super duo. Pull that tight. And we go down through the other hole in the super duo. Add a seed bead, go through the next inner color super duo. Add a seed bead and fold in the next inner color super duo. Add a seed bead, fold in the next one. Add a seed bead and go back through the first plus the next seed bead and the next few beads here to get to the other side. Pull that tight. Then I can go through the other hole of that super duo on that side and the next seed bead. So continue making a component link, component link, component until you've made your last component at your desired length. That will be maybe a 13 or so, give or take, components. So continue that, and then I'll show you how to end that side and start the next row. Okay, I've continued until I've got about the length of bracelet that I want, and I've made my last component. Instead of making another link, I'm going to finish it off with a seed bead, 11-0, 6 or 8, and 11-0 seed bead. And I will go back down through the 3 beads here, the seed bead, the super duo, and the seed bead. I'll continue through the 3 seed beads I added, 11-0, the large seed bead, and 11-0. And I'll pull that tight. Then I'll add 1 seed bead, go through this tip that's in the corner here, and I'm ready to start my next row. I'll add 2 seed beads, and then I'll go through the seed bead, super duo, and seed bead. I'll add 2 more seed beads and go through the next 2 tips of the super duo here. Add 2 seed beads and go back through those same 2 super duos. And then add 2 seed beads and go through the next seed bead, super duo, seed bead. Those last 3 steps sort of frame these super duos at the edge. So we'll just continue that. Add 2 seed beads, go through the next 2 super duos, add 2 seed beads, go through those same super duos again, add 2 seed beads, and go through the next seed bead, super duo, seed bead. Repeat that one more time, just to get the pattern. Add 2 seed beads, go through the 2 super duos on the edge, add 2 seed beads, go back through the same super duos, add 2 seed beads, and go through the next seed bead, super duo, seed bead. Continue this pattern all along this side. Then we'll teach you how to turn around at the other end and do the other side. Finishing my last frame here, adding 2 super duos, or adding 2 seed beads through the next 2 super duos, add 2 seed beads, back through the super duos, add 2 seed beads, and through the next seed bead, superduo, and seed bead. Next, we add 2 seed beads and go through the tip at the corner. We add 1 seed bead and go through the seed bead before the large seed bead, the large seed bead, and the next 11 seed bead. Then we add 1 seed bead and go through the tip at this corner. Now we're ready to repeat these steps on this side. We start by adding 2 seed beads and going through the seed bead, superduo, and seed bead. Add 2 seed beads, go through the next 2 superduos, add 2 seed beads, go back through the same superduos, add 2 seed beads and go through the next seed bead, superduo, seed bead. And now we'll continue those steps on this side. I'm finishing up this side, adding 2 seed beads, going through the last 2 superduos, add 2 seed beads, back through the same superduos, add 2 seed beads, and go through the seed bead, superduo, seed bead. We can finish off this row by adding 2 seed beads, going through the tip at the corner, add 1 seed bead and go through the seed bead before the large seed bead and the large seed bead, as well as the seed bead after that. And here we're pretty much done with the piece, aside from adding the clasp. So we just want to weave through the piece a little bit before tying a knot and try to turn some corners. So I'm continuing through the seed bead, superduo, a couple more seed beads. I'll go through seed bead and superduo here. And through superduo, and continue through the piece. I'm turning some corners now. Now that I've woven back through and gone through some curves and turns, I'm going to put my needle under the thread that's between the seed bead and superduo and go through the loop once and twice and pull. This is our finished bracelet, and all we need to do now is to add the clasp after snipping both of these ends. So now I've snipped both ends, and before I add the jump rings in these large seed beads, I'm going to kind of pop my needle through this one and kind of pop it out a little bit so that it sticks out far enough to put a jump ring through it. So then I'll take my jump ring and open it, feed it through the large seed bead, add the clasp, and close the jump ring. And the other side just needs a jump ring. So we open the jump ring, feed it through the large seed bead, and close it. And then we have a working clasp. And that is our finished bracelet.